Yeah, so see here we have removed the scalp. We are looking at the temporal region. We can see that there is a small slit made to the temporal fascia. Once we reflect temporal fascia, we can see temporalis muscle in the temporal fossa. Try to see that temporalis muscle also takes its attachment from the temporal fascia. That's why when we are reflecting temporal fascia, we'll see that the fibers are attached to its under its surface. Okay. Now on the superficial surface, we will see that here we have parotid region. Now there is a strong fascia coming from the neck, the deep fascia which covers only the masseter muscle and the parotid region. That's why it is called as parotidomasseteric fascia. Now what we are doing, we are opening the parotidomasseteric fascia to expose the parotid gland. You will see that the parotid gland is glandular structure. It is just superficial dissection, so we are not going in great detail here right now. But what we can see is once we reflect the fascia, we can see on the upper border of parotid gland the structures which are emerging out. You can see that this is the superficial temporal artery and we can see the temporal branch of facial nerve. So facial nerve branches are most important structures when we are looking at the parotid gland, because we get 5 branches coming out in 5 directions. So here first we have seen that this is the temporal branch of the facial nerve. Now let us understand what are the other branches. For that, what did we do? We have, these are the muscles of the face, okay, zygomaticus muscles and all. So what did we do? We just slit that in the middle and we reflected that so that we can see other structures, branches coming out of the parotid gland and supplying the muscles of the face. You can see that these muscles are supplied from its deep surface. So what are the other structures? We can see zygomatic branch. This is the zygomatic branch. Okay, this is the buccal branch. So you can see that it is divided into 2 branches. Okay, upper buccal and lower buccal. We have marginal mandibular here and cervical here. Both the branches are still not yet dissected. So at least as of now, you try to observe the temporal branch, zygomatic branch and the buccal branch. How do I know which is upper buccal, which is lower buccal? This is upper buccal, this is lower buccal. How do I know that? In between these two, we have parotid duct. So during the dissection, what has happened? This has been cut off. So that's why we are seeing the cut end of the parotid duct. It is a thick structure. We can feel it. It is nicely patent. Okay. So you can make out that this is the parotid duct. It is piercing the buccal pad of fat and going for its opening inside the buccal cavity. So we can make out at the border of the masseter muscle. So that is its identification. So upper buccal branch will be above this and lower buccal will be below the parotid duct. Okay? Now let's see what are the other structures. This is the masseter muscle. During your dissection, you have already cut the masseter muscle. Okay? So we are not, since it is already cut but not completely cut, we are making a clear incision at the antero-inferior border of the masseter. So this is the masseter muscle. At the antero-inferior border of the masseter, we can see 2 structures. See here very nicely, we can make out this is the artery and this is the vein. How do I know which is artery and which is vein? Artery is tortuous. See here, it is wavy structure. We have tried to complete the course of the artery here. You can see that this is still here and there is a break in the structure. You can still trace the artery. If you can go ahead and try to figure it out, it will come till the medial angle of the eye. Now this is the vein. Now see, try to see the vein. Artery is tortuous, wavy, whereas vein is straight. You can make out that this is the vein, facial vein. So we will see facial artery and facial vein at the antero-inferior border of the masseter muscle. This is a point of identification.